this is you right now, yeah? No holes, no motion, no money, brand is you want to scale but can't, no one buys your brand. But this is who you want to be. All the holes, motion sickness, too much motion, money overall, brand is fire, you know exactly how to scale, and everyone likes your brand. Well, I'm going to teach you dark psychology, which will get anyone to buy your brand, become a powerful founder, know how to market properly, see the best way to attract customers, and get so much TikTok likes and Insta likes, because I know you want that. And before I go on to the next slide, you might be asking, who the hell is this guy? Well, my name is Isaac Ijala, and I am a university student studying clinical psychology, so I do know quite a bit of this. And I've also studied a stupid, and I mean a stupid amount of clothing brand owners. So, I think I know what I'm talking about here. And the things I'm going to teach you in this lesson will be very dark. So ethical warning, videos will teach you how to psychologically construct your product / offer in a way that convinces people to buy. So please, by the grace of God, please use this wisely and honestly. If your brand is shit, do not manipulate anyone to buy it. First, focus on your niche, your product, your community. And let's get into it. Okay, if you are a person who needs help with scaling your brand and you don't know all about the numbers, your customer acquisition costs and all things like that, there's a link in the description which I will show you how to fix all them back end costs, and you can book an appointment with me. It is a funnel. Yes, I am trying to pitch you something, but I promise this is going to help you. If you're stuck from the 10K, 20K mark, boy, you'll be going to 50, 80. All right, anyways, let's get into it. So what we're going to actually look at is what we call cognitive biases. Now, preface, this video is not encouraging you to psychologically take advantage of people unethically, but make sure your product is not garbage and actually add value to people's lives. So you might be looking at me, what the hell is cognitive bias? Just give me the ads, bro. Just give me the Facebook ads. Shut up, okay? This is why better brands are beating you. What is a cognitive bias? A cognitive bias is basically a shortcut your brain takes when making decisions. Instead of thinking super deeply, your mind just goes with quick logic, like this looks popular, so it must be good, or this might sell out, so I should buy. So if you ever looked at an Instagram post and people are buying it out, and you know that adrenaline you get when the store is about to open in 2 minutes and everyone buys, you know, things like that. Your brain just thinks in a certain way, right? So in this video, I'm breaking down a few of these biases. Well, actually one of these, but future videos will have more biases, so subscribe to get those. But because they're the exact reason why people buy from brands without realizing it. So I promise you right now, you have clothes in your wardrobe that you bought that you don't even know why you bought them. Big brands use them all the time to make stuff feel more trusted, more valuable, or more urgent. And once you understand them, you can use the same psychology in your own brand in a normal, ethical way to get people to stop scrolling and actually buy. Now, in this video, I'm going to break down a few cognitive biases because they're basically the hidden psychology behind why people buy things. And as a founder, if you're actually serious about scaling, once again, link in the description. I promise the things I have is good for you, but link in the description. Now, if you're a founder and you actually want to scale, then you actually need to know this. Now, the thing is, brands use them all the time to make their products feel more valuable, more trustworthy, or more urgent without you even realizing. And once you understand them, you can apply the same ideas in an ethical way, like using social proof to build trust, scarcity to stop people procrastinating, and anchoring to make your price feel like a better deal so customers feel more confident buying from you instead of overthinking it and scrolling past. Now, I said 3 cognitive biases. This is 1 out of 3. If you do like this video, I will go over the next 2. But yeah, let's get into it. So the first bias we have is social proof bias. Okay, now this bias is very, very interesting. And when you actually understand this, so if I was you, I'd be taking notes. Don't just watch this video with your feet out. Please take them away. Social proof bias. Essentially, what social proof bias is, people copy what others are doing. If they see others buying it and wearing it, they assume it's good. Now, why social bias is a thing, why it's important, and why does it work? Well, social bias exists because humans are literally tribal animals. Back in early human history, being accepted by the group wasn't just nice, it was survival. And as you can see, our ancestors, holy, like as you can see, there's no husband in sight, it's just straight testosterone. All these, I had to blur this out because it's all blood and stuff, but everyone's in a pack, right? So if everyone in your tribe, right, avoided a food, area, or animal, you wouldn't question it. You copied them because copying the group kept you alive. That survival wiring is still in your brain today. So when we see lots of people buying from a brand, wearing something, or hyping it up, our brain automatically assumes that this must be safe and this must be good. Now, it's important because it removes uncertainty, and it works because people would rather follow what's proven than risk being the one who makes the wrong decision and looks stupid or loses money. For example, you wouldn't buy a brand that like makes no money or like, you know, has no sales and it's just like design's ass, and then all your friends buy good clothes and then you walk around wearing that ass clothes. Well, you look like the weirdo, wouldn't you? So yeah, this was back then, and holy, we were chopped. So let's do a quick exercise. Based off these 2 pictures, who are you more likely to buy from? Image A or image B? Now, if you said image A, shut up. Okay, image B, yes, of course, because you can see there's more people are wearing the brand. This is a bad fit, gang. Now let's look at how it applies today, right? So in image 1, as you can see, there are hundreds of people wearing Represent. Okay, so this brand is Represent. It's a very big fitness apparel like kind of clothing brand. It's also got streetwear, fashion, and stuff like that, but they have Represent and Represent 247. The 247 is like the fitness side, the normal Represent is like the streetwear, fashion, you know, all that side. So as you can see, it looks like there's like an event here, and there's hundreds of people wearing Represent 247, right? And even you as a customer, a consumer, a brand owner, a visitor, a viewer, you're going to be interested. Like, you're going to look at this and be attracted or intrigued by it, right? Because you see all these people wearing clothes. And if you even zoom in, I took the liberty of zooming in here, you can see all these people are wearing 247, team 247, 247. So your brain is going to be like, whoa, there's so many people wearing this. Why do I wear this, right? And like I said, everyone is wearing represent, and not a single person is in their own clothes. It's almost like it's uniform. Like, this is the new normal. Like, why don't you have this clothes? Everyone else is wearing the clothes. Why don't you have this? And trust me, this is all going to link back on how you can use this social bias to put it inside your brand. Now, how to use social bias, social proof bias, even if you're a small brand, because I'm not gonna lie, you're cooked. Okay, and you're right now, this is you're motionless. We need to find a way to fix this for you, because without any form of motion, no one will buy your brand. Now, social bias is bound to work because, like we've said, humans will always follow another human. Okay, you remember the terminology? You're with me? Okay, cool. Monkey see, monkey do. After we fix you and help you fix your social proof bias, you'll be eating so good you might end up pregnant. Stick with me. You're gonna be eating good. So we have this 7-step system, and I've gone over 7 different things you have to look at when it comes to, well, social proof bias. So implement these 7 systems, well, step by step, and you should be able to see more people buying into your brand, not just because your brand is cool, but because, like, it makes sense biologically. So let's look at the first step. So step 1, I need you to make sure your brand looks worn and not just sold. Now, in my research of studying hundreds of brands, and I mean hundreds, right? You know, let me even just prove it, right? These are a bunch of different brands I've studied vicariously. As you can see, you know, it just keeps going. There's about 139 brands. So as you can see, there's no cap in my rap. I'll be honest, I wouldn't go out of my way just to post these brands on a Google sheet just to prove to, I'm not lying. I've actually taken this time to study them. But yeah, I've actually studied these brands. I've looked at their pages. I've seen the videos that go viral, watched a bunch of reels. I wouldn't do that for the thing. But anyways, the first thing is you need to make sure your brand looks worn and not just sold, because I see a lot of brands do this. Like, if you're starting out, right? A lot of brands I've also talked to, no one's buying their product because they just post pictures of their clothes on the floor. Who's wearing your brand? All right. A beginner mistake is only posting product photos like it's a catalog. Now, people don't buy clothes because it looks good on a flat lay. Take your mind out of that, okay? They buy because they can imagine themselves wearing it. So when you go into a shoe store and you see them shoes, you don't just look at the shoe and think, damn, that's a good looking shoe. You think, damn, that's a good looking shoe on me. Okay, so your goal is to show the clothing brand being worn as much as possible. And how do you do that even if you're small? Because at your current situation, you may not have the community, you may not have the resources. Well, let's look at ways. Bro, get your friends wearing it. Like, you have friends, I'm sure you do, okay? Don't go for that angle like, oh, I'm such an antisocial, I'm such a loner. You have at least one friend. Okay, get people wearing it. And I've also seen people, for example, who take pictures of not the face, but down. Like, you can do close-ups of people wearing the the hoodie or the t-shirt or the jumper from the neck down. There's so many ways you can go about this, right? Post you wearing it daily. Like, I've seen so many, for example, people on TikTok or Instagram, they have these mirrors, these long mirrors. Invest in it. Trust me, it's costly. It's maybe $10-15 or pounds, or maybe 20-25. Bro, just invest in it, right? The long mirror, and you can wear your whole fit, and you can walk to the thing and show you wearing it. Like, maybe grab the side, see how it is, show people the fabric, just wear it, show it being worn. Because when people watch these videos, they'll think, damn, that's a good hoodie. And then they'll start to create what we call narratives, okay? This is why it's good to study psychology. They'll create narratives, right? And what are narratives? Well, to break it down, imagine, for example, you see, this comb, okay? And you are a black person with 4C type hair. Now, if you see this comb and your hair is itchy, you might be thinking, oh, I see a comb. My hair is itchy. I would like to use that comb to comb my hair. Can you see the relation you made between this comb and yourself? That's the exact same way people, when they scroll on Instagram or TikTok, they will make that same relation with your brand or with themselves. They need to see the clothes being worn by another human to model that in their own mind. And post Fitbit's like a lifestyle brand, not a store. So I see a lot of people do this. They get the picture, slap on the wall, slap on the floor, post picture, and they'll have a the collections and a bunch of stuff. And it's good to have them pictures once in a while, but guys, you need people to see what it looks like, right? And look, even if it's only 3 people, it creates the illusion of a community. You could even go down the angle, for example, where you only have exclusively 3 people. And there's so many different ways it should look like, right? So what your Instagram page should look like. So as you can see, this is a brand called Verse, Cortez, and I think that's Cortez as well. No, that's brand is that. Oh, well, I took a picture from anyways. But yeah, you want to show people wearing it. As you can see, these people wearing it on the staircase, these people wearing it in a building, and these people wearing it out there. People are wearing it, okay? And here's some things you should avoid for now. So I wouldn't personally, if you're a small brand, let's say, for example, 5,000 to maybe 10,000 followers, and you're still building your community and you want people to buy, I would avoid having your page only look like this, okay? Because you don't have enough social proof. And the reason why is because, as you can see, we have technicality side of the product, technicality side of the product, technicality, and there's not really much people wearing it. It's just a flat lay. And you don't want your shit to be just straight flat lays. I get it. You like your design. You think your hoodie is sexy, but I promise I think your hoodie is sexy too. It just doesn't look sexy on me. And guess what? I'm not going to buy it. Boom. So do you want the sale or do you want people to compliment it? You need to show how it's used more first. Build a community, not the product. Once again, do not just have your shit be 90% flat lays and 10% people wearing it. More of this, get more people, get more people to wear the thing, like take better pictures of it, okay? And show people how to feel when they invest in your product. And here's an example of what you would keep out of this page right here. If I was you, I would keep like pictures like this, where it's like in an environment, under a basement, I don't know what this is, or car park, sorry. You keep a few flat lays, but keep pictures of people wearing it, because you should alternate between social, okay, and technical use, because it shows people how to use your product. So throwing water on this, like, oh, that's a cool feature. What's different about it? That's nice. Inside and outside. The people wearing it and what it looked like if they wore it. So essentially, once you start posting more, your page should end up as this. So as you can see, we have a bunch of flat lays. This is a Cortez, by the way. And we have people wearing it. So a person wearing it, a person wearing it, a person wearing it, a person wearing it, a person wearing it. Like, there are more people wearing it than there are flat lays. Like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 actually, technically. 16 images, you could count that as 17, but I don't think anyone's going to really zoom in on the bus. But 16 images of them, you know, just wearing it, right? So yeah, you need people to see this, because there needs to be more people wearing your stuff, right? And show people who they can become when they wear your product. That's the first step. The next step right here is called borrowed social proof. So even if no one is buying yet, you can still show credibility by borrowing proof from your environment, okay? So here's some examples. If your manufacturer is legit, like they're good, show the production process. If you're in the gym scene, show people in the gym wearing it. And if you're in the streetwear culture, show your pieces in real street environments. Like if you have designer skills, show sketches and design process. People trust process because process looks like legitimacy. And here's an example of environmental advantage, right? If you have a streetwear brand, why the hell are you in a studio? Like, I see people do this all the time. Like, they have a streetwear brand where they have tracksuits and they're just taking pictures of it in a studio on a green screen. No, be outside. Like, look at this. Like, this is a high V's. You know, this looks cool. In the middle of the night, it suits the theme. Like, will it be difficult for you to get people coming out at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., 9 p.m.? Yes. But is it worth it? Absolutely. All right. So make sure your videos and images surround the theme your brand represents, okay? Don't just post videos and content of people in the clothes. The environment matters too. You don't want to just get a person just standing still, like we're searching on Boohoo, man. Like, for example, like gang. Come on, gang. Like, your brand should not look like this, gang. And if your clothes is for cool people, well, let cool people wear it in cool places. Like, bring the best out of people. Now we have the productional advantage. So here's like the manufacturing process. Like, this looks cool. Like, you could post this on the story for credibility. And like, you could make like a, you know, like a little text up here saying, I love the journey. I'm so grateful for my manufacturers. These guys are working hard day and night. You guys are going to get your products. Restock coming soon. What does that show? It's showing people authority. Because you actually have a manufacturer, you have these people working in these factories making the product for you, but not for you, for your customers, the future customers. So when they look at that, they will feel well taken care of. They'll feel like, damn, like this is the actual process and they're going through it. Because I promise you, the customer is not thinking, oh, the manufacturer is probably putting together their clothes in a strategic way. Like, no, they don't care about that. Like, they see your product, it looks cool, boom, end of the day. All right. So here's some ways you can do this. Ask your manufacturers to take pictures of people working in the clothes just like this, and the intricate process, and add these pictures into your post and blend them in. So this could be a story, this could be a carousel, this could be anything, bro, or reel. Like, you could put this in a reel, bro. Like, this makes your community appreciate the clothes because of quality, not quality of the clothes, but quality of the process. All right. Next step, create social proof on purpose and not by luck. Now, most brands wait for customers to post to them. You need to engineer social proof. You do it like this, right? So I'd say it varies depending on your inventory, depending on your money, and depending on how much you're going to lose by giving out products. But give 10 free pieces, around 10, to people with good style and get them to tag you, right? And don't do influencers. I wouldn't advise, because they'll ask you for more stuff. They'll be like, oh no, let me get a promotion. Oh no, let me get a sponsorship, XYZ. And you really don't want to be giving stuff to influencers who's not going to wear your product, and they're not really going to go out the way to appreciate your clothes. If you want to go down the influencers route, yes, but be prepared to go through a lot of hassle. You have a lot better time going through people who just post on a regular basis and they look pretty good in their clothes and they have a couple thousand followers. They're not really an influencer, and they're not really not an influencer. They're kind of just in the middle. Yeah, maybe even your friends, for example, they could be a good idea, and get them to tag you, okay? Because people might not know you guys are friends. So yeah, And tell them, post a pic, tag us, and you'll get featured. Okay. And now you have tag posts, content for weeks, and credibility. This is literally how brands fake movement at the start, but it's not fake, it's actually strategic. So for example, this brand is called Lucid Club, I think, something like that, Lucid Club. And yeah, Lucid Club, yeah, because of the jeans, right? So the bottoms. So the whole thing is that they sell these bottoms, and they're very nice bottoms, but they got this guy to wear it, and they tagged him, right? So this was this guy's actual post, but they tagged him. So get people to wear your clothing, take pictures with it, and then add them as collaborators. So you can do that on Instagram. This gives them credibility and validity. The first pieces of clothing, and this is very important, so let me put this in bold. As a clothing brand owner, you're going to need to understand this, especially if you want to start up and scale. You already know it's going to take money and cost money. So if you don't have money and a decent amount of capital to start, well, good luck. But the first pieces of clothing you will ever have will always be given to everyone else other than your customers to promote your products. You will make your products and you will make your clothes, but you want to make people want your clothes. Like, you want to be giving it out to everyone other than the customers right now. Because if I want a brand, right, and I want to buy their hoodies, their jeans, their tops, their clothes, and I'm seeing all these influencers wear it and it looks so cool, and I want a piece and it's so hard to get it, it actually falls into the next cognitive bias, what we call scarcity bias. And people will be like, oh, damn, I want this clothes. Like, this looks sick. Or I can't wait till this comes out. I'm going to buy it straight away. Okay. So it's an investment, and you're going to get a return on your investment. And going back to that first point where I said you can get people to wear your clothes without actually showing the whole body. Like, look, like Lucid Club, like they post their bottoms and stuff. I believe this is Lucid Club. Like, look, they're just posting the jeans, the bottoms. It's very important. Get people's help. Like, get people's help. If you have a bunch of people, all these different people posting, bro, like, you're building validity for the brand. So give out your products and let people wear them. Okay, let's go up to step 4. This is another freaking important one. Turn every customer into proof. Now, I come actually from an e-commerce background where I actually own 2 books, Power and Saying No and Don't Leave It Till Later. I sold these books on TikTok, and I did it all the time. Like, I would record me posting videos and content about me packing the orders, because it would just add more proof and more people would buy. Like, I'd get sales from me packing people's orders, right? So even if you get a sale a day, you can still make your brand look active, because social proof is not about volume, though that's important. And it's about visibility. Visibility is very important, okay? Every order should produce content. So if you get an order, but I don't want to see you going on your phone being like, oh yeah, that's nice, bro. Like, you should be like, okay, order, oh shit, let's get moving, okay, cool. Let me turn this into a story, or let me get a screenshot of order confirmation saying, thank you, someone else trusted the brand. A lot of people are buying into the brand every day. Packaging video. If it's one package, right? And this is another brilliant thing I used to do, right? So let me just show you. So this is basically me. I know my armpit's sticking out, ignore me. But as I said, I had these books and I had just a bunch of orders. Now, the way I position this in order to even like funnel this into even more orders for my book and for all the products I used to sell is that I would hold some of the orders for a couple of days and let them stack up. And then what I would do is I'd have them all, and then I'll just post a picture like this, because it just gives the impression that so many people are buying your shit. Like, granted, these were all probably on different days, yeah, but they don't know that. Like, all they know is that they see a bunch of orders on the table and, bro, let me get some of that good stuff. So you want to kind of position your products in a way and your orders in a way that can give a story. Like, this could be you. Like, you can have 8 orders, and then like you could be sitting down looking at the 8 orders, and like there's just a bunch of orders on the table. You don't need to have a lot. I want to make that clear. These are only like, I think this is about like maybe 20. And yes, 20 is a decent amount, but I know people who are doing 1,000. Like, you don't, this still looks like a lot. Like, you can see there's like more orders here, like packages sellotape down on the floor. Like, all this is strategically done because it gives the impression that people are buying. So now people, and I promise you, people were texting me and like, oh, like, damn, you're doing pretty good. Like, oh, that book you were talking about, let me buy it now. It generates more sales. You convert these people. If you get 5 orders a week, but you post it like you're shipping daily, people will assume you're growing fast. Like, it only takes a story like this for people to be like, damn, like he's selling out like crazy. They don't know that these are probably all on different days. They don't even know that some of these might be late shipments. We don't talk about that. And this is a guy who owns a brand called Wasted Potential. His name is Jaya. Okay, so he has a lot of videos and reels where, like, for example, he does like he positions his camera in a certain way, and then he's just, recording him packing orders. But you could have 5 orders. I promise people love seeing that, right? Packing orders. This is another video where like he just written. This was just one order, by the way. This order was one order. This was a thank you, real one. I threw him down in a pile. You can even get another, for example, another video where your stock arrives and then you just kind of like throw it on the floor and you just show people. Like, people don't know that this isn't orders. They just see the products and think people are ordering them. Because if there is a quantity, if there is a mass quantity of something, then that must mean there is a mass demand. If there's a lot of supply, there has to be a demand, right? Well, they don't know that. Post the process of each order. You might not have the exact same amount of volume, like in regards to orders, but someone buying your product is a feat, something you should be proud of. Okay, do not let your ego get in the way. Do not come here, start comparing yourself to these brands. Trust me, bro. Be grateful for every single order and turn every single order into an opportunity for content. Okay, because I promise you, it takes people, like it takes a lot for people to get to your link on your website and buy. Like, you know how much trust that requires to buy something from someone they've never met before. Okay, so share that with others, the process, your lifestyle, and use every customer to take advantage of your situation. Here's step 5, the small social proof system. If you're starting out, okay, you need a system that generates proof daily. So I would say there's multiple different posts you can include. Daily social proof content ideas. You can have a packing order story. You can have a drop sold out sizes post, customer of the week repost, a fit check reel. Like, genuinely, like, get that long mirror and you just sit down and, you know, how customers have styled at carousel. And even if you only have a few customers, you can rotate the same content in different formats. And this is something it looks like I'm not saying you're gonna have a bunch of these orders, but like, if you have 20 orders, you can get the camera closer and make it seem like more, if that makes sense. Or for example, you could lay out all the orders like one by one, and there's 20 on the floor. 20 looks like a lot, I'll tell you that. Shopify orders, right? There's another thing I used to do. So I would sell my books on TikTok Shop, and I would have all these like orders, like these notifications. I wouldn't clear the notifications. What I would do is I would let them all stack up, even if they were different days. And what would happen is I would just kind of scroll through them, and like I would have like 50 notifications of TikTok Shop, if that makes sense. And I know it seems like it's faking it, but you're just framing it. You're framing it in a way people, like, they don't know, like, them orders are real. People are buying. They're not just buying at the same time. But technically, you're not lying to anyone. You're not really lying. And this is all about psychology, okay? Another post, like, you could have a bunch of things in the back and a bunch of notifications, but it could just be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It could be 10 notifications, okay? Just people buying it, and then you could have all these things in the back and just take a picture of it. And this is another handy trick I used to do. Add packing slips to make it look like more labels. This is another thing, another way you can build social proof, because at the end of the day, once again, you're not lying. Okay, you're not lying and saying like, I'm getting so many orders. Like, the order you are getting is real, but you're adding packing slips. Okay, so packing slips are just basically the information of the thing you want to buy. So yeah, just add packing slips to your label and it makes it seem like more. And you need to understand, people really don't care if you have 500 followers. They care if, well, people comment, people tag friends, they wear the product, they repost it, and people react emotionally. Okay, now this is a very important thing. If you're a brand with 800 followers to like 5,000, and like you have a comment section full of people being like, damn, I just missed out, what people are going to psychologically think, like, damn, this brand is growing, like, I need to partake in this. Why is there so many people commenting? Okay, do not be that brand that has 20k followers but dead engagement. I've seen it so many times, bro. It's dog. You don't want, I can't lie, like, it's so slutty on that side. I'm sorry. So if you're small, focus on engagement proof. Okay, engagement and proof over follower count. Do not get your friends to be like, everybody follow me. Like, bro, I promise, like, a 60k follower account does not mean shit. If you have a conversion rate of 1%, that means only like maybe 60 people are buying from you, or maybe only 600. That's not a lot if you have 60,000 people. All right, step 6, use comments as social proof. Now, your comment section is your public reputation, okay? If someone visits your page and they see this is hard, drop date, I missed the last one, restock please, I got mine already, their brain instantly thinks this brand is valid, okay? So there's a few ways you can build this, and please do not be lazy with this, okay? Your job as a founder, as a clothing brand owner, isn't just to, you know, make these cool clothes. Like, you have to actually sell them. I'm sorry to tell you that. I'm so sorry. But you actually have to go out your way to talk to these people. And the way you'll do that is you will ask questions in the captions. So you might be like, should I drop? Or you could ask like, do you guys like this? Or reply to comments and be like, you can engage with people in the comment section, like a little bit of banter. And like, for example, you could have like a story. Like, I've seen a brand do this, for example, where they had a comment section and they posted their video, and people are like, oh, when is this dropping? And the founder will reply, it will drop as soon as you comment in the next video. And there was like kind of this back and forth between these people, because if you can make a story between these two different people, the whole point is you can build more social proof. The one most important thing I found out from that story is that they went out of their way to reply to comments and commented. Ask questions, okay? Reply to every comment fast, okay? Pin the best comments, like, because I promise you, people on TikTok and Instagram, they also want this attention and validation and status. So if you pin their comment, they'll be like, oh my God, I'm so special. You're just really pinning them to position it as a way of building social proof. And them same people will come back, okay? So yeah, post controversial style opinions so people argue in the comments. Like, you can post your brand and be like, you know, my quality is better than Nike's. Whether you want to go that far is up to you, but yeah. The goal isn't likes, the goal is activity, and activity equals trust. Okay, you do not want to have a brand, a bunch of images, and it's just dead. Do not have your shit looking like a wasteland. Step 7. Once again, like I said before, do not fake anything. Just frame everything. Okay? Don't lie. Don't buy fake reviews. And I promise if you do, your brand will be cooked. Your reputation will be cooked. I promise you do not want to go in your comment section and see a bunch of people, these bots typing in your account. It just ruins your brand reputation, bro. Like, it just makes your shit look so bad. Do not buy fake reviews. I promise. Like, yo, I would take the long route. Just take the long route, okay? And don't pretend you sold out if you didn't, okay? That's another important thing. You don't have to tell anyone you sold out, but like, you don't have to like actually directly say, hey guys, we didn't sell out. Damn it. Better luck next time. Don't be like sold out and like you have like, that's a lesson for you. Frame it, okay? Like rather than saying sold out, you can be like, oh, 8 lucky people can get these next bits. And then whether you want to do a discount price for them, okay? Or whether you want to position the rest of these products that were excess in a way that can get people to buy is completely up to you, okay? Because you're building trust and credibility. But what you can do is you can frame your progress in a way that looks powerful. So instead of saying we only sold 8 hoodies this week, I don't want to see anyone saying we sold 8 hoodies this week. Like, don't say that, okay? You can say 8 people trusted the brand this week. That's 8 new supporters. I mean, that sounds small, but it's actually how every big brand started. Or rather than say 8 people, you could be like, you could frame it in a way that's like, I've had someone comment on my brand every single day. Or like, I do not go a day without someone saying my brand is good. That is such a beautiful line. I do not go a day without someone saying my brand is good. And then what you can do is that you can take screenshots of this confirmation, or you can take screenshots of these comments where people are saying your brand is fire, your brand is fire, your brand is fire. Okay? And you can mix this up, and then you can mix it up with the, with the posts, with the orders, with the stories, and mesh it all together. So yeah, there you have it. That's the 7-step system. Follow this all in order. If you didn't understand anything, definitely go back in the video or look at your notes, because you should be taking notes. But this is what we call social proof bias. The whole point of social proof bias is to convince a bunch of people to buy your thing, because a lot of people are already buying your thing. And if you don't already have a lot of people buying your thing, you can create the illusion, or you can create the interpretation that a lot of people will buy your thing. Okay, so I didn't actually put this in the video, but I decided to put it in last minute. So here's a 5-step system in order to create this social proof bias, and so it's practical, because I understand that you got this knowledge, but without applying it, well, you're not going to use it. So let's go over it real quick. So it's not enough to just know the system. If you want to be able to bias people into buying your product, you have to know how it works and make the plan to apply it right now. So don't procrastinate this. Your future brand depends on it. Let's get into it. So step 1, make your brand look worn, not just sold. We went over this in the video. So the first thing you need to do is you need to name 3 friends or helpers you will contact today. Do not waste no time to wear your clothing brand in order to take pictures. So this is quite simple. You go ahead and name them. You can name John. Number 2 could be Bobby. And number 3 could be Michael. All right. So quite simple. Just name these guys, because well, your future brand depends on it. Next step. Write down the clothes you'll be wearing to take pictures of your daily Instagram posts. So if you remember when we said make your brand look worn, not just sold, you need to write down the clothes. So this could be your certain SKUs, your certain products. This could be the hoodies you're gonna wear on maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I've put 7 for 7 days. So yeah, feel free to write down 7 different pieces of clothing. If you only have 1 or 2, that's fine. Or like if you have 1, then that's fine. You can just like maybe you can write down just 1. If you have 7, then you can write down 7. But yeah, just focus on a certain amount. I'd say like the smaller the better, because quality over quantity. And then yeah, write down 3 post fit pictures you will post. Sorry. I did this in real time, and explain them in detail. So explain them by location, time, and theme. So what you want to do here is you want to well, write down 3 post pictures. And if you remember from the mind map, we saw that they had these pictures and these people in certain places with their hoodies, like coatees. So you just kind of want to write, for example, gray SKU jumper in a abandoned building with 3 people wearing a piece, 1 standing, 1 sitting, and 1 looking X. I don't care. So yeah, you just kind of go into detail here, and this gives you a good way of like writing down and getting everything done. So that's step 1. So step 2 is borrowed social proof. Now write down 1 or more ways you will show borrowed social proof, i.e. from your manufacturer, culture, environment, or people. So if you remember from the mind map, I told you like the production advantage or the environmental advantage. So if you have the manufacturer, you could write down getting manufacturer to post a picture of them working. That could be 1. You can get maybe us wearing our street clothes in the street, just all these different ways of, you know, using social proof to your advantage. We have step 3 over here, which is not borrowed social proof again. Here we just fixed it. So step 3 is create social proof on purpose. Now find 3 to 8 people you'll give your clothes to so they can wear it and promote it for you by tagging them. Okay, so added a name and socials. So what you want to do here is you want to write the name of the person. So this could be John, and then write his socials. This could be Instagram, either his link, the URL. It'll just be neater and easier for you to have them all in a document, and then find 3 to 8 people. Do not just stay at one, because that's not enough. You need a catalog of people. If you can get multiple people in a group, that'd be fine, but you still want, like, you want volume and quantity. So get the names and also get their socials. And we have the final steps, so 4 and 5. Turn every customer into proof and create your small social proof system. So construct 5 pieces of content you will make from one notification of a sale you receive from a customer. So some examples: packing orders going out today's story, customer DM reaction screenshot. This could be different, like carousel polls, thank you letters, or thank you posts. But yeah, you just want to come in here and write down a bunch of different pieces of content that you will use every single time you get a notification of a sale, especially if you're a small clothing brand, because this kind of gives you structure and clarity. So yeah, there you have it, the 5-step system for your brand, so you can utilize everything to your advantage. This is literally how you create social proof bias and cause people to buy your brand. Use this document wisely. So what you want to do is, when you get this document, the link will be in the description. Click file, so make a copy. You come here, click file, you make your own copy, and name it whatever you want to name it. And then use this to your best of your ability, and I hope and wish the best for you. The next video, if you guys like this video, will be about scarcity bias, and then we'll talk about more things like anchoring and other different psychological techniques that you can implement in the back end of your systems, so you can show these people to buy from your product. But yeah, see you guys and have a nice day.